Hello, I am Brianna. I am going to tell a story today about how I turned my first boyfriend gay. And it is 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm doing this, and then I still have to edit and upload it today. So let's get started. So I was in choir in 8th grade, and this was a mixed choir with both boys and girls. There was this guy in choir that I thought was really cute, and so I started to develop a little crush on him, but I was really shy and really quiet, and I didn't know him at all. I didn't know any of his friends or anything. I didn't talk to him for quite a while. I just really spent a lot of the classes, for half of the year at least, just looking at him from afar, or when he was sitting in front of me in class, wishing that I could talk to him, but I didn't. I was an awkward child. But then after winter break, he was with his friends sitting on the riser step that was right in front of me, and so I could hear his conversation with his friends, and so they were talking about Twilight. And at the time, being a little tween, I was obsessed with Twilight. I don't know what was wrong with me to ever like it before. But they were talking about Twilight, and I got the book series for my birthday or for Christmas over winter break. So I had started reading it, and I read like 2 of the books in over the 2 weeks that we had of winter break. So I was sufficiently knowledgeable about these books and the topic that they were talking about. And so I was like, okay, this is my chance. Brianna, you just have to suck it up, say something. I also had a friend that was in choir with me, and I told her that I had a crush on him, and so she kept nudging me, hey Brianna, why don't you talk to him, go talk to him. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna talk to him. And so I did. I don't know what we talked about, but I started talking to him, and so little by little, we were talking to each other when we got the chance. But there was also this other guy in the choir that I had classes with before. He liked me. It was kind of a weird situation for me. Okay, the first guy, the guy that I had a crush on, let's call him Steven. And the other guy, let's call him Hazen. I have a story time that I can tell about him too, because I feel absolutely horrible as a person. So Hazen had a crush on me, and I didn't have a crush on him. And so I didn't want to be a complete bitch and tell him I didn't like him or anything, so I just went and told him that I was gay, so that maybe he would back off. The end of the year was starting to come to a close. We had about 2 months left until it would be over. It was going to be getting closer and closer to me becoming a freshman in high school. So I would be leaving this school. This guy, Stefan, that I liked, was in 7th grade, so he would be staying at that school. And so I was thinking I wouldn't get to see him ever again if I don't tell him how I feel. I was still very, very nervous about it, but thankfully, I didn't really need to say anything because it was our end of the year concert for choir, and one of his friends sang right beside me. And so while we were waiting for the concert to start, she was talking to me, and she told me that Stefan had a crush on me. And so I was like, oh really? I have a crush on him too. And so she goes yelling across the room, hey Stefan, she likes you too. And so the other guy, Hazen, that I told I was gay, was in the same room, and so it became apparent that I lied and I wasn't gay. So that was awkward. Then she also told me, oh, by the way, he's bi. Do you have any problems with that? And I was like, oh no, I don't have any problems with that because I'm bi too. This was a Friday, I believe. And then either Monday or Tuesday, I had choir again, and I saw him. And since we were done with our concerts for the year, the teacher was letting us on the computers to learn some more music stuff. And so she would let us have our own time to look at the websites that she wanted us to look at. But Stefan came up to me and he handed me his username for it. And so I did it, and we started talking on that while we were also trying to not get caught by our teacher. So we had to sneakily talk to each other while we were also on the websites that she wanted us to be on. So we didn't completely waste our time. But one thing led to another, and I ended up asking him out. And I was like, wow, this is my first boyfriend, and I asked him out. I was so proud of myself too for that. But we were also very shy, both of us, and so we had troubles talking to each other in person. He would run up to me and hand me like a bar of chocolate and run away, or hand it to my friend and be like, can you give this to her, and run away. I don't know, we were kids. We were such kids. And so I didn't really know what to do because I've never had a boyfriend before. So it went on like that for the rest of the school year, and then all of summer we would just talk to each other on the chat and go thing. When I started my freshman year in high school, he was in 8th grade, so he was still going to the middle school. And so there was a light rail stop that was directly in front of the high school I was going to, and then another light rail stop that my light rail would go all the way to and stop less than a mile away from the middle school. So it wasn't that far. So I would be able to go see him after school. And so one day I went over to his school to go and see him. And the school gets out and I'm waiting for him, and his friends see me and they come and tell me, oh, did you hear? Stefan is in detention for the day. And they also told me that these notes that they were passing were talking about trying to get together. I was kind of upset with that because I didn't know what to do in that situation. I've never been in a situation like that before, but my best friend was there with me, and she's been through things like that before. And so she stayed with me to help me get through it and to talk to him and try and figure out what's going on. But his friends were also telling me that they don't know what's going on with that. You can figure out what's going on, and so just talk to him. I don't really remember what happened exactly, but at the end of it, he got out and we talked about it, and he told me that it wouldn't happen again. He was sorry. And then my best friend was whispering to me, just kiss him. Why don't you kiss him? Just kiss him and make up. And for me, it was kind of awkward because I have never kissed a guy before. So I had no idea what to do, and I was really nervous and was like, how do I initiate this? How do I just do it? Like, I didn't know what to do about it. And so I was too shy to do it. And it didn't happen, and I regretted that. At the end of the day, I was like, God damn it, why didn't I do it? I don't know. I was an awkward child. Then a month later, I go to see him, and his friends come out first, and they're coming over to talk to me, and they're like, oh hey, did you hear Stefan asked this guy out and they're dating now? He said yes. And I was like, wait, what? I had no idea what was going on. But when his friends told me, they were surprised because I was telling them, how is that possible when we are still dating? And they were actually kind of shocked about it. As far as they knew, he's never done anything like that before. And of course, being my very first boyfriend, that's what would happen to me. And it would not be the last time. They were really surprised. They thought that we had broken up like a while ago. Like a few weeks ago, they thought that we had broken up. And I don't know, maybe he told them that we broke up. I really don't know. I don't remember. I was a freshman, so about 7 years ago. So it's way too long for me to remember all the exact little details. But I didn't say anything to him. I was waiting to see if maybe he would say something, give him the chance to tell me before I started accusing anything. He didn't say anything. And so I decided I would give it a week. Maybe he just needed some time. I don't know. I even asked him, is there anything that you want to tell me? And he said no. And so at the end of that week, I decided that I had to break up with him. He already did it once with that Justina girl, and now there's this situation. But once again, my friend's girlfriend told me that he told her that he is gay and he's no longer interested in girls anymore. They came with me on the day that I went to go break up with him. My best friend, her girlfriend, and then this guy, Elias. Yes, that is his real name because he was a total prick and I don't give a fuck. And I have another story that I can tell on him alone. He was there too, and I was really sad, and I was really heartbroken, and I was crying because this was my first boyfriend, and I'm having to break up with him. He cheated on me, and he lied to me, and this and that, and so I was really upset about it. I thought that I loved him. A while after that, I realized that it wasn't really love. It was just puppy love. And I feel stupid for it now because I told him that I loved him. But so I was crying, and this Elias prick decided to try and take advantage of that. He went to go wipe my tears away and kiss me, and I pushed his hand away. Well, to me, it still counts as cheating even if you are planning on breaking up with someone. It doesn't matter, you are still with them until you actually tell them that it's over. So if you go around kissing other people, having sex with other people, or whatever, then it still counts as cheating because you are still together. Even at that young of an age, that is what I thought, and that is what I still think. So the time came, I had to go break up with Stefan, and it was really difficult for me because this was the first time I ever had to break up with anyone. This was the first relationship I had, and even though nothing really ever happened between us, we never kissed, we never did anything really, we hardly ever even touched at all, it still was not a pleasant experience for me. My friend decided that she would go and talk to him first. I don't remember what she said, but it wasn't anything like she was telling him I was breaking up with him. It was just more like telling him that I know he has a boyfriend now and that I wanted to talk to him. I think that's what happened, at least. I don't remember exactly. Again, it's been like 7 years. But I was crying my eyes out, and I told him, I loved you. Why did you do this to me? How could you do this? What is wrong with you? And so I was like, why didn't you just tell me all of these things? You don't have to go lying and cheating or whatever. And this little fucking bitch was laughing and smiling the entire time. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? Who the fuck does that? Like, yes, I was too young to really know that that wasn't real, but still, that doesn't change anything that I was heartbroken. Maybe in his head he thought that I should know that that wasn't real, and now I'm like thinking maybe when he told me he loved me, he didn't really mean it either. You know, like some fucking people do sometimes. But like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Either way. Anyway, like 2 weeks later, he messages me and apologizes and explaining some things to me. I don't know exactly how it went. I don't even know where those messages would be at. I probably deleted them all by now, so I can't like go through them and be like, okay, these are the exact words. He did say that he was sorry about it and he still wanted to be friends and this and that, but I know that there is nothing you can do. If you're gay, you're gay, that's it. But that doesn't mean you have to lie about it and cheat. You could just come out and be like, hey, I know you really like me, but I don't have any feelings for you anymore. I'm gay, I don't see you in that way, whatever. Be an actual human being and say that. I do think that maybe I did kind of push him in the direction of him realizing that he was gay because of how horrible of a girlfriend I was, how awkward I was, whatever. Like, for some reason I just believe that it is my fault. I mean, like I said, I know there's nothing you can do about it. If you're gay, you're gay. And that's okay with me. But I don't know, just the way it all went down, I feel like it's my fault. But I have kind of recently in the last few months, I went onto his Facebook profile and just to see if he was still gay, if that was maybe just him trying to come up with an excuse for why he did it or why it happened, and that he wasn't actually gay but he was just saying it to try and not hurt my feelings, because there are people that would do that. I literally did that myself. So when I went and I checked out his profile, he has a fiance now. So yay. But he also grew up pretty well. Not like if I didn't have a boyfriend, but more like, wow, he actually grew up pretty well, because he wasn't completely good looking from as far as I remember. Anyway, this is my story of how I turned my boyfriend gay. Leave your questions, comments, criticisms, whatever, all in the comments below. And I hope you have a good day. Thank you.